Hi, my name is George Couros. I'm the technology coordinator at a school in Rimbey, Alberta, Canada. I've been working there for 5 years. I've been involved with technology though my entire career. Our school is about 450 kids, grade 7s to 12, and we have about 90 computers in our school. And I'm in charge of not only the implementation of technology, but actual maintenance of the computers and other technology in class. So I'm going to do a little interview and answer some of your questions today, and I hope you enjoy this. In our school, we have 90 computers, like I said in the introduction, and we also have a smart board, which is like kind of like a whiteboard but interactive, so you can actually show computer applications in the classroom, and you can edit them or point to them with your finger instead of using a mouse. It's a good way for the students to learn, and we also have video conferencing available, and that's the main use for our whiteboard, so we can actually connect to other schools and interact with them. They can write down questions that they have for us on the whiteboard, and we can answer them back, and let's see what we're writing on the whiteboard. We also obviously can conference back and forth, and we actually have classes taught outside of the classroom. We have projectors. I do a digital photography course. So we have quite a bit. We don't have as much money as I would like, but I think that's pretty much every tech coordinator. So we do have a fair amount of stuff, and our administration is really good. We are always adding, and we're trying to keep up with technology. So, in my opinion, children should probably start using computers whenever you feel that they're ready as a parent. Like, I would say that if you're working with them at home, that you're just kind of getting them familiar. You know, you probably would let them watch TV at a young age, depending on that. And the earlier the start, the better grasp they have. Like, we have so much emerging technology, you know, that you do not want your child to be behind. So if you have the opportunity, just like you would if you have the opportunity to have your child start reading at a young age, then you'd probably take that chance. So I think that when you have the opportunity to get your child to start learning using a computer, then that's what I would do. In school, I would introduce it at a very early age using early applications such as Paint, just getting them, you know, used to the mouse, the keyboard. And I think just the more exposure, the better for the student, as long as you're still emphasizing the important aspects of school outside of technology, you know, reading, writing, math. All those things are more important, I consider, than technology. Technology is just a tool to help enhance a lot of those subjects. I think parents do have a legitimate concern about overuse of technology in the classroom. I think that if a teacher is using technology and not focusing on the content of the course, then they're doing something wrong. We need to make sure that we're not focusing on the tool we're using and how to use it, but we're using technology to integrate and education, you know, to integrate content, and that we're using it to enhance education, not to learn how to use technology. So if that's what's happening in someone's classroom, then I totally agree they have a concern, because we want to make sure that we're focusing on the main curriculum and the core subjects. And I think that's what's important. Like, there are special classes where you can use technology. So if we're using it just to teach a tool, then parents have their concern is legitimate. But if we're using it to enhance education, and we can show parents that their children are learning to use, you know, technology to enhance education, then I think it's totally fine. I think the biggest downside of integrating technology into the classroom is that when we get this new technology, it is being upgraded so fast. You know, what is useful one day may be useless the next, and that's kind of the scary thing. And just the cost is getting higher and higher. So I think that is a major concern for integrating technology into the classroom, is that we're always having to upgrade what we're using if we want to keep up. But I think that's how society is, and you know, if you want to keep up with technology, you're going to have to pay some money. I think that it's a problem, but you know, if we want to keep our children up to date, what's going on outside of the classroom and in the business world, and get them prepared for life, we kind of have to take that step. But we need to make sure that what we are using is useful, and we're not just jumping on any new thing that's introduced to the class. I think technology is pretty prevalent in some classrooms. I guess it depends where you're at. So, what it might be prevalent in one classroom and not very prevalent in another. For example, our school has 90 computers, and each class could probably get into their lab, at least once a week for 80 minutes. Whereas some schools in our division actually have laptops for all the kids. So it kind of depends. I think that technology, it's always a matter of money and what the school is putting on a priority list. Like some schools, they put technology a huge priority. So I know if I was in the school, I would make sure that there was technology prevalent in classrooms. They always had access to it. A lot of universities, a lot of higher education institutions need computers. If you're doing a lot of classes, they're using course management systems like WebCT. And the more familiar kids are with technology, the better chance they're going to have to further their education and further their careers. So I think it just depends on the school and where the priority is at. So